So I'm Celia Parkhill. I'm a senior in high school in a pretty small town in Connecticut. So I applied early decision to Wake Forest and I got accepted, which is super exciting. I'm so thrilled to be going there. I think there was just so many aspects of the essay that were kind of emphasized by school counselors and by Google that are so important. And it was kind of hard for me to pinpoint what I specifically was lacking in versus what my strengths were in. So I think I really wanted to have someone that has gone through this process with other students, just kind of figuring out which aspects I needed to invest my time into was a stressor of mine. So having someone to kind of guide me and just give me a little bit more of a strategic plan and how I'm going to allocate all my time was really important to me. So I found testimonies, and I think it just was helpful to see so many successful, whether grad or undergrad students, through their social media or their website, kind of express how successful they are, and also the mission, this Inspira mission statement, and how it's focused on students with the interests of mine in the pre-medicine route. That's kind of what stuck out because I think that's not very typical to have such a specific kind of strength within a consulting company. And so having someone that is not only experienced in helping kids with the college process, but experience in helping kids with my interests, that was really what made it stand out to me because I thought, this person's going to understand how to best create an application that really makes me appear and, shows all my strengths as a student interested in a pre-health route. Lauren by far exceeded my expectations. She was amazing, super responsive, and she was super on task. And that was really important for me. My deadlines were, I know I was very serious with them. And she kind of could tell, she could see that, and she appreciated that as a successful student herself. And we found a really good communication process via text. So we would set up meetings, and then I would, write one or two supplements or write kind of draft a resume, and then I would, notify her, and before meeting again, she would go over it so we both were on the same page, and then we would actually verbally discuss over Zoom, the strengths and weaknesses of whatever I just worked on, and that just really worked well because we got things done super efficiently. And then I got to put my own work into things, but then I also got to really have a professional opinion and someone kind of on my shoulder, advising against writing one thing and then advising, me to, oh, this part's really good, keep this in, and kind of taking that extra stress off of this like idea to have it perfect and everything looks so great. So yeah, that was probably the best part. I think with the fact that she is on the younger side was super helpful because medicine as a field is ever changing. And she had experience and she's had so many years under her belt doing her own studies, but she's also well aware with her other clients she's worked with how grad applications work, how undergrad applications work, and what works and what doesn't, whether that's writing or in extracurriculars. The energy and kind of being determined to get all that done, but also with the experience behind that energy, I think made the work not only quick and on top of it, but it also made whatever work we did together super strong. And I don't think anything I finished with her ever felt unfinished, or I never really walked out of a Zoom call feeling like I could add more. Like I really thought we put as much into a piece or into a task as we could. I think the writing, because again, it's a lot of the college process is super like statistical and everyone has to follow these same steps, but where it gets kind of diversified is when you build a resume or when you write a supplement, and that's where it gets more personal and where you have to speak to your own self more, and that can be difficult because you're trying to listen to your own character, but you're also trying to think about and compare to other people and think about, what do they want to hear from me? I would kind of express to her verbally over Zoom. I'm like, I'm trying to get this word out. I'm trying to write this sentence. And she just did a really beautiful job. And she would help me either elaborate or cut down on that. So it was the most of like a punch in a piece, which was really, really helpful. I think the biggest thing is Invest your time into schools and applications that you see fit for yourself. Don't worry about applying to a list of 25 plus schools. Like, look at your interests, whether you're undecided or you're totally into this whole healthcare idea. Research, what programs each school offers and look at testimonies from ex-students and alumni and put yourself on campus if possible. And if not, I think you can tell a lot about a school through their website and their social media and through hearing testimonies. I think that's really important to not invest your time into this idea of getting the most in, but really looking at where you're going to put yourself for the next 4 years. And then also, I think with regards to the application, make sure you expose yourself in different areas of your personality. As someone that had the blessing of knowing what I want to do since I was younger, it's super easy to kind of be quick to say, oh, I want to do this, I want to be this, and kind of be objective with my application. But I think if you really take a second to brainstorm and explore different parts of yourself, I think one of the biggest things that Lauren taught me was that really they're a college admissions counselor, an officer, they're looking for so much more than one aspect of or one strength of yours. So all those quirks and those weird things, really try to include them and don't shy away from making your application super tunnel visioned. So that's my other piece of advice.